Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries. Turnabout. Turnabout, a sudden and complete change or reversal of a policy, opinion of a situation. Example, they did it to me, so I'm going to do it to them. Chapter 1, Leslie. My name is Leslie Landau. One afternoon, I was having a glass of wine, thinking of my next adventure. I didn't need any more money, but I was hooked on the excitement, and I was looking for husband number 4. Some might call me a black widow, and it's in my blood now, and I don't want to stop. Maybe I'll get caught, but for now I'm having fun. I was reading the paper, and I saw the article. I couldn't believe it. It was a picture of my half-sister, Claire. She was dead. I read that she was on her honeymoon and fell off their boat and was lost at sea. How can that be? Claire couldn't swim, and she was terrified of the ocean. Why was she on a boat? What would make her go out on a boat? We haven't seen each other for many years. We drifted apart, but we still were sisters and best friends. I had to find out what happened to her. That night, Claire came to me. I didn't know if it was a dream because I was thinking of her, or was it her ghost? She told me just what had happened to her. It was so real, I felt like she was right here with me. But how could that be? Claire fills me in on her murder. It was her honeymoon. She was so happy to start their new life together. She was so surprised that Enrico even married her. He was the most handsome man she ever met. So when he asked her to spend their honeymoon on his boat, she agreed. She was hesitant because she hated the water, and she couldn't swim. She was deadly afraid of the ocean. But for Enrico, she would do anything. He told her she will be his perfect first mate in no time. So on the high seas is where they went, into the sunset. Any other girl would be thrilled, but she was scared to death. It was their second night out. He made a perfect dinner, and they ate under the moonlight. He told her, stay here and relax and enjoy the night, as he went below to clean up. She was standing by the railing, looking out at the dark sea. She was scared of the ocean, but she had her new husband there to keep her safe. She didn't hear him coming up behind her and felt hands on her back. She thought he was going to wrap his arms around her and kiss her. But she felt a push, and she was falling into the Black Sea. As she fell, she saw his dark eyes, and he was smiling. She hit her head on the side of the boat, and then nothing but blackness and cold water and death. Enrico called the Coast Guard. She must have fallen off while he was in the cabin. He looked everywhere, and then he radioed for them. She was gone. There was a search, but no body was found. But they did find her blood on the side of the boat. He had it all planned, and he got away with it again. The police looked into it and found out he was married 3 times before, and all his wives died in a fatal accident. They still had nothing on him. Some had health problems, and others, they were just a horrible accident. I woke up. I thought it was all a bad dream, but Claire was still there by my bed. I know now she's a ghost, but I'm not afraid. She needs my help, and together we will put him down. There's a name for him, a true Casanova, a lady killer. He charms them, then kills them, then moves on to the next one, for money and thrills. This sounds so familiar because I was just like him. But this time he picked the wrong victim. I know exactly how to get Claire's revenge. Chapter 2, Home Free. Enrico thinks he's home free, but he doesn't know Claire has been following him around and knows his every move, and she enlisted her big sister's help. She never told him about me. He thought she had no family. I guess she never had the time to tell him, or he didn't ask before he killed her. That fits perfectly in our plan. Let me tell you how I became the Black Widow. My first husband, Alan Adams, we were both so young, but he was rich and owned a big car dealership. I saw the opportunity to better myself. He was always working and he was so boring, so I decided to get rid of my problem. I told everyone I was going on vacation. He never went with me, he was too busy at work. But he always let me go and enjoy myself. He said, "Go have fun." Before I left, I added a special ingredient to his bottle of Jack Daniels. He had a glass every night. I put a lot of sleeping pills in, and he passed out. I left the gas on, knowing he would fall asleep with a lit cigar. He always had one at night with his drink. They all thought he fell asleep, and it was a gas leak. Boom! Problem solved. I was a young, wealthy widow. Husband number 2, Ronald English. He owned high-rise apartments and many business properties. He was old and out of shape, and also had a bad heart. But he had money. Poor health and a heart problem. This one was easy, with a little help from me. I gave him a loving dose of a non-traceable poison. It looked like the poor old guy just had a heart attack. So I counted my money and moved on. This was better than a 9-to-5 job. Husband number 3, Big Tex. His real name was John James, a wealthy Texan who owned a large breed ranch. He bred horses for the rodeo, and he also owned the rodeo. But Big Tex loved his chili and his bourbon and branch, so I made him a real spicy treat with my special kick to it. I crushed up deadly oleander leaves in it. Everyone knew I never cooked, so they didn't tie anything to me. Bye-bye, Tex. Hello, millions. I can't believe I got away with that one. I was free and clear. Oh, so much bad luck, you poor girl. All those husbands. But I also changed my name and information with all of them, so there was no connection to their deaths. I took the money and disappeared. I'm telling you this so you know I know how to get rid of Enrico. Chapter 3, The Trap. So I'm on vacation drinking a tropical drink and enjoying the ocean breeze. I'm in paradise. Bahamas is a wonderful place this time of the year. I noticed him right off. He was at the tiki bar staring at me. You see, Claire and myself did our homework and followed him to paradise. She eavesdropped on one of her hauntings to see what he was up to, and found his plan to find another wife. He had all her money and he wanted more. I smiled and raised my glass, and he walked over and introduced himself. "Hello, my name is Enrico Costa, and you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." I laughed. What a line. Does that get you anywhere with the ladies? He said, "I do my best. How did I do?" I told him to buy me a drink and we'll find out. He pulled out all the stops. What a charmer. So slick with his pickup lines. All he saw was a lonely lady with a lot of jewelry on and spending a lot of money. We spent a lot of time together, and I told him it was time for me to leave my vacation. It was at its end. That night, he said, "I can't let you go. I can't live without you. Let's get married right here." Chapter 4. He still thinks he won and married another wife and gold mine. He has no idea who I really am. He doesn't know I'm Claire's sister. But he will. I will inform him and let him know exactly what he took from me. Time is running out for this Casanova. My plan was that he told me once on our first date that he loved to dive and go out on his boat. I told him, I don't know how to dive, but I would love you to teach me. I would want to do the things that you like to do. With Claire's help, I found out he was going to take me for an ocean ride, so this made it easy for him. But in reality, it works for my plan. Get him out there and make him tell me just what he did to her. Of course, he'll try to lie and make up some excuse, but I already know the truth from her firsthand. I want to see his face when he finds out who I am. He thinks I'm stupid, but Claire and I will have the last laugh. I'll have my trusty gun with me and slip him a surprise in his glass of champagne to make him more manageable. I'll tell him everything, then shoot him, weigh him down, and dump his body in the cold ocean. No one will ever find him, just like he did to Claire. No one will know that we go out on the boat, and I will just vanish like before. So we took a long, relaxing ride out to his perfect diving spot. He said, "This is a beautiful place to teach you to dive." I told him, "Let's have a toast first. I want to thank you for teaching me and sharing your passion with me." He popped the champagne, and I filled the glasses. I waited till the pills took effect, then pulled out my gun. What a shocked look! He froze with fear. "What's happening?" I told him everything, and that I knew he was going to kill me. Now he knows exactly who I am and why he has to die. He tried to sweet talk. When that didn't work, he started to cry. And then he got angry and said, "They were all looking for it. I made their miserable lives better." That's when I shot him, weighed his body down, and dumped him overboard. I went back in and docked the boat and left without anyone noticing me. I don't think anyone will miss him. He also used fake names and information. I vanished without taking anything from him. His money could rot in the bank. He took something more precious than money from me, my sister, my best friend, and my only family. I got away with it again and got justice for Claire. She can move on now. I don't think I'll be seeing her again. I know where she will be heading, heaven, and you know that's not where I'm going to be heading. Now I'm on a beach, sunning myself and having a tropical drink, but not looking for love anymore. It's time to hang up my black widow gloves. This murder took the fun out of it, for now, until I get bored again, or get caught.